Underway. So this meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education and the public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. Faintown Local School District Policy 0165.1. Can I have a call to order? Oh, I just did. All right. Opening ceremony. Does anyone want to read our mission and vision?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Our mission is to foster a community of learning and belonging. Our vision is to be a learning community centered on strengths and possibilities, to empower our students and staff to think critically, grow intellectually, and live with integrity.
All right. Item number 3. Can I have a motion to move to item what?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. If we can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Can we have a motion to go to number 3, additions to and approval of the agenda?
So moved.
So moved. I need to add the
We need a second.
Second.
Okay. So, cool. Can we have
She got it.
We need it.
all in favor, say aye? Or no?
That's fine.
Okay, all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
All right. I'll slow down some.
Slow down.
Okay, I need to add the transition agreement addendum to the agenda, so if we can add that to
Number 10.
number 10, yep, and then move the announcements further down.
And before that, the number 11 should be an executive session to consider the employment of a public employee.
Okay.
Is that you adding that, or is that transfer?
I'm adding it. Both of us are adding it together.
Sounds good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the resignation would be 10K?
Resignation would be 10.
10.
10.
10.
And then, well, actually, do you want to add the job description, or do that later?
We can do it.
Okay, and I need to add, actually, number 11 will be discussion of a special ed director. We're going to just discuss the job description, that's all. And then 12 will be the announcements, while 13 will be the executive session.
And then 14 is adjournment.
14 will be adjourned.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Ruffin, do we need a vote for that, or
You just,
moving on? Okay.
but you might want to restate what you've added to the agenda since the.
All right, appreciate it. So again, number 10 will be, we'll be talking about the transition agreement addendum. Number 11 will be discussing a special ed director job description. Number 12 will be the announcements. Number 13 will be an executive session, and number 14 will be the adjournment. All right, so moving on to item number 4, do I have a motion?
What do I say? So moved.
So moved or
So
I
moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I can second that further.
Okay. Any discussion over the minutes? All right. Then all in favor, roll call.
I'm sorry, I was distracted for just a moment. Who moved?
Maggie,
I did.
Ms. Laird. And then I seconded.
Okay.
You can just.
Who moved?
Ms. Laird.
Okay.
You don't need a roll call vote for this one.
Cool. So moving on to item number 5.
But you do need to vote.
Okay, so I thought so. All right, so all in favor? Moving to item, all in favor of approval of the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And, all right, item number 5, can we move to administrative report?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Where's Dr. Dyer? You want to introduce AP?
You're doing fine.
Okay.
Good evening.
Evening.
Welcome to our new members. I'm Janelle Souders. I am the gifted coordinator for the district, and I'm also the coordinator for advanced placement. And I'm going to be calling up 2 students tonight, but before I do, just want to kind of give you a little bit of background of the AP program. We offer 6 different AP classes at our secondary campus. We have AP Calc, AP Government, AP Human Geo, AP Lit and Lang that, rotate each year, AP Psych, and an APUSH, AP US History. We had last year 114, I won't say students, I'll say people who took tests, because some students take more than one test. Out of those 114, 71 earned a 3 or higher, helping to get that college credit that they could use later on. This year, we have 147 tests enrolled, and then we were very excited on January 9th. We were notified that Finneytown earned a place on the AP Honor Roll. So the criteria for the honor roll is you would need 40% or more of the graduating cohort to take at least one AP exam. Finneytown had 48%. To qualify, you needed 25% or more of the graduating cohort to get a 3 or above. We had 31%. And we needed 2% of the graduating cohort to take at least 5 or more exams, and we had 15%. So we were very proud of that. We are also very proud. We had several students who got the best possible score you could get, a 5, and we have 2 of them with us today. So if I could please call up Paige and Victor. We wanted to honor them with this certificate. Go, and there we go. And would either one of you like to say anything? They're saving it for the test. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, so then facilities update.
Thanks for letting me come back again this month and kind of share an update on what's happening with facilities. So we're going to dive right in. So first up, just to give everybody an overview of what Finnish Secondary Campus will look like. This is roughly, I'm hoping, by the spring of 2028. So as people look at this, just understand we open the new building next December. So literally, we're under 12 months at this point. We're at 11 months. Move into our new building. And then that spring of 27 is when we tear down the 200, 300 buildings, the MP. And then we will be able to begin work on our baseball and softball fields. So earliest this will look like this will be spring 2028. So a couple things about the overview on our schedule. We are on schedule. And so this kind of gives you just a brief snapshot of what's happening month to month during 2026. So permanent power, and I'm going to show you just a couple quick photos of that. That just got done over winter break. And then we are going to be dried in here in another couple months in Building A. That's the academic side of the building. That's the left-hand side of it if you look at it. And then the double high section, which is the music rooms, the gym, the commons, all that gets dried in by the end of April. So really excited. This summer we'll be installing all of the electric, and literally by next fall we're working on finishes. So things are moving very, very fast at this point. So our electric, last month I gave you an update. This was the plan. We actually finished a couple days early, which was awesome. So we no longer have a big giant transformer there. When you come in the Cherry Blossom entrance, all of that will get filled in. All of this gets reworked during this area of campus gets reworked the summer of 27. So we have a new transformer closer to the gym. That will get wrapped. I'm going to talk with the township and find their wrapping company, and we're going to do some artistic wraps. Maybe our kids can design it. I don't know. I think it's a great PBL. So we have this little guy that's closer to the stadium, and this is the kind of showing basically it's the maintenance entrance, and this is the hallway into the locker room, and then this section over here is the actual gym. But this is our main electric hookup for the whole building coming in there. So that's all set, it's in place, it's powered. So really exciting. That was our work over winter break when we had the gym shut down, 300 buildings shut down. Okay, quick update video. Are you guys up for that? All right, let's do it. We'll see if this sound works. I did not get a chance to test it. Oh, sweet. All right, so towards the end of that, you can really start to see the second floor on the academic side is up. If you are over on secondary campus, you see a bunch of random metal I-beams standing up. That's the approximate height of the new building. There's a little bit extra there once we build all the walls up, but it is going very, very quickly. Just as you're looking at this to orient yourself, there's the competition gym, lobby of the gym. This is the academic side of the building, which has the main entrance, and then this is all of our double high stuff, our band room, orchestra room. This is our commons, and then the new gym and locker rooms. So lots and lots of stuff coming. You can see more photos and renderings and stuff on the website if you're interested. All right, so, whoops, didn't like me. Next part. So last month I did share, we were starting our gym lobby roof renovation. So we now have a beautiful new gym lobby roof. It is the same product we put on the top of the gym as part of an ESSER project 2.5 years ago. It's a 40-year warranty on it, lifespan. It's a really nice product. It's EPDM. It's basically a rubber product, but really great. You also see our new HVAC sitting up there. So, but able to rework everything. So excited to have that done. And then also want to share, we did some signs over the last month. So we updated things, hopefully help people navigate. It is tricky getting to the gym. So main entrance is much clearly marked now. And then trying to get over to the gym, you have to follow the path. And then you finally get to the den. So, but hopefully that helps people actually get to where they need to be. It is if you go there on a Friday night to watch a basketball game or something, it is a little tricky getting there. So thank you for everybody for your patience during that. But that's my facility update. So, yes, sir. Oh, got a couple questions.
That's 2 questions. So I know there's a lot of cinder block on the first floor. Is that
Yep.
different than the elementary? Because the elementary had a lot of metal walls with drywall. Is there more cinder block in this?
There's
building?
much more CMU, yeah. This is
Okay.
concrete block,
That was my
yes.
question.
There's a lot of CMU in this building, not only on the exterior, the exterior walls get faced
Yeah.
with kind of a red brick, really nice, really excited. And we will have a demo of that wall soon, within the next month or so. But then on the interior, we went with a lot more CMU. So there's a lot less drywall, except in office spaces. So, and that was strategic, because we spent a lot of time. Drywall it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's great because you can quickly modify spaces, but year to year, there's just a lot of damage. And we spend a lot of time patching and painting, so, yeah.
And one of the things it said detention pond and alternate.
With that, the alternate, we ended up not needing,
We
so,
probably
yeah.
won't.
Yeah, so we will not have that detention pond back where the kind of the garden or the kind of outside amphitheater area is. So that will just kind of stay as is.
Is the current access to the gym accessible?
Yes. Yeah, so it is, so we have designated, I think 5 spots, handicap spots right beside the gym. And then there are a few just additional parking spots right there for visitors. The main parking for the gym for any major event is going to be the 300 parking lot, the old tennis court parking lot, or the lower lots. And then just walking on the gravel path.
Okay.
Yep. Should paint it gold
But to get to the,
or yellow.
to get to the spots behind the gym, you have to,
You have to enter the
Going through the
first
main
fountain
entrance.
blue entrance, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I appreciate the music part coming out. I wanted to time your slides, and they were all in 4/4, so that was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I was
Hey,
counting
it's
each
once a
beat,
music teacher,
and-
always a
and
music
if
teacher,
one
man.
changed, if
Yeah.
one changed and it didn't come on 4, I was going to
Yeah.
talk to you about it, but.
Yeah, I got to
Yes,
work
sir.
on my timing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's all right.
Very good. I know you worked on that a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We keeps on getting updated, but occasionally it gets shifted a little bit, so got to go back and fix that. So, yeah. Anything else?
Any place for, is there going to be an area for low-emission cars?
So we have a spot picked out. We have to put in the infrastructure, and we are.
Okay.
Not the full infrastructure. We're putting in the conduit, and we are prepared to add charging stations.
Very
But
good.
we are not currently expending that because it is not co-fundable. It would be all local dollars. And so that's not something we're doing at this point. So,
Okay.
and that would be a whole other thing we'd have to build
Yes, sir.
in to recoup the costs and
Yeah.
or maybe make it into a money-making thing. So maybe.
In that same vein, would it, assuming we go 30 years in the future, everything happens to be electric? do we
Yeah.
have The ability to, I mean, the electrical infrastructure can support that, so it's not like you're tearing up parking lot to.
So it has to be built into the design, so we have that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's built in.
Oh.
Yeah, so if we wanted to add additional charging spots at the front of the building, we 100% can.
So we
It's-
already have electric kind of there, just.
We have pulled, over the last year and a half, all new voltage onto campus. So last summer, we replaced all the voltage coming off of the Fountain Blue side, and that feeds the PAC and 100 building, and currently the MP and 200 building. And then we have power that we just got done replacing that comes off of Cherry Blossom, and that's doing the gym, the new building, and 300 building, as well as the stadium. So, yeah, our electric over there is a lot. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 9 accounts, electric accounts. It's insane. Imagine paying 9 due bills each month for one property. Yeah, and you know how that fun that is, yeah. Okay, all right.
Real quick, stupid question.
Yeah.
When we open up the new building, with the gate, will we get our entrance back, or we'll have to wait until the 200 and 300 building is going?
You will get the Fountain Blue entrances back
Okay.
when we move in. I don't know if I don't know if I'll be able to open them early, probably not. But we will be opening them once we get to winter break. And that way, our staff can access the building directly. And really, basically, once we hit second semester, the entire production on secondary campus shifts from the cherry blossom side where everybody goes now, everything shifts to the Fontainebleau side because we immediately begin demolition. And so everything on the cherry blossom side will be shut down. So parking lots, 300 building, 250, 200, all those start getting, and the MP, they'll all start getting abated immediately, and we start chipping away. And so we're working through the timing of which order we're going to do some stuff, but fundamentally, come mid-January, the entire cherry blossom side will be shut down. So it'll make spring a little interesting. So, but hopefully at that point, everything on the other side of campus is golden, so should be just swapping back and forth. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Thank you for the reminder. Thank you
Yeah.
for your time and effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Is there anything else before we move on to public address? All right, public address, I do believe, well, all right. Lee, you were the first one to.
Great, thanks.
Hold on.
Sorry to interrupt, do you want to read the statement?
Yes, it was,
Would you like me to read it, or do you want to?
well, yeah, hold on, okay. I was getting my, the timer set, so that's fine. So thank you for your patience. The board believes it is the best interest and the best interest of the students of the district to hear comments from members of the public. It has been therefore a long-standing practice of the board to encourage and allow residents to speak at the public meeting. This may be done by completing a bottom portion of this form and giving it to the board president prior to the board meeting. The following guidelines ensure anyone interested in addressing the board may do so, and that the board conducts the business of the school district in an effective and efficient manner. 1, the presiding officer will acknowledge those speakers who have notified the board via the superintendent or via the public address request form. Each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. Each speaker addressing the board must state their name for the public record. Any material handouts must be presented to the treasurer for record. Did this young lady get those papers, same papers? Okay, great. The naming of individuals, profanity, abusive language, and speeches that invade individual privacy will not be tolerated or permitted. The board will take no action regarding matters or issues presented through public address in the meeting in which the public address is made. All necessary follow-up will be made verbally or in writing at a later date. Thank you very much. All right. Mr. Harrell.
Good evening and congratulations to our new board members on your election and to the returning members on beginning this new term together. For those of you who are new, we are Lee and Katrina Harrell. We're Finneytown taxpayers, parents of 3 elementary Wildcats, and advocates for the 227 students across the district who receive special education services through individualized education plans, or IEPs. We have been presenting to this board monthly since October last year, requesting 3 things: financial transparency in special education funding and support, establishment of a special education advisory committee, and an independent external review of our programs. Tonight, we want to briefly summarize where we are and make a specific request for this board's next action next month.
So why we're here. Our advocacy began with our own children's experiences, but it quickly became clear that the challenges we were seeing reflected systemic issues affecting many families. Finneytown serves an exceptionally high special education population. At Finneytown Elementary, 134 of our 634 students have IEPs. That's 21% of the student body, well above the national average of 15% and Ohio's average of 14.8%, basically 15%. This isn't a problem to solve, it's a reality and it's our mission. But serving a high-needs population well requires appropriate resources, strategic leadership, and complete transparency about how special education funds are being used. Because let's face it, we can't improve test scores, graduation rates, report cards, or any other measure without addressing the critical gaps for this 21%. And working together to come up with creative solutions to initiate to innate challenges of special education.
So what we've discovered, over the past 3 months, we've conducted extensive research comparing Finneytown to similar Ohio districts, specifically within Hamilton County. We've distributed detailed analysis to the board documenting concerning patterns. 1, a federal funding gap. Finneytown receives only 7% of revenue from federal funding sources. Reading Community City with similar demographics and student needs receives 16%, and Whitten Woods receives 17%. This gap likely represents $1.6 to $2.1 million annually in uncaptured federal funding, real money that could fund real services for students.
Secondly, we found critical staffing shortages. Finneytown employs 13 instructional aides to support students with IEPs. Whitten Woods, serving a similar population, employs 111 aides. Our speech-language pathologists and occupational therapists also serve high case volumes, unsustainable caseloads, honestly. If our district is serious about combating chronic absenteeism, then providing access to these critical support services during the school day is imperative. Students can't benefit from services that they can't access.
A critical leadership gap. Through our research, we uncovered that there is no clear director of student services or director of special education, which I recognize is on the meeting discussion tonight. Thank you, and we really appreciate that. But this position should provide district-level oversight, ensure compliance, and coordinated services, and advocate for resources for special education.
Next, administrative allocation questions. While direct student support is stretched thin, Finneytown employs 19.2 FTE in instructional coordinators and supervisors, more than Whitten Woods, Madeira, Reading, and Wyoming combined. We employ 11.7 FTE, 07 FTE, in district administrative support, double what Reading employs despite serving a similar student population. We're not suggesting that anyone is acting in bad faith. We're just pointing to system-level challenges that require board-level attention and solutions.
So we've had 3 ongoing requests that we've been advocating for since October. First, financial transparency. Regular reporting on how student education funds are allocated and spent. Specifically, we're asking to see maintenance of effort calculations, special education staffing levels year over year, what percentage of general education spending is being used for special education, and how expenditures break down between direct student services versus administrative costs. This protects the board from compliance issues and allows strategic resource decisions. Second, Special Education Advisory Committee, a standing committee of teachers, service providers, administrators, and parents or community members that meet monthly to identify challenges, propose solutions, and inform board decisions. This committee ensures decisions are being informed by those most directly impacted. This model works successfully in other comparable Ohio districts and costs nothing to implement. Third, an independent external review, an objective assessment of current programs, staffing adequacy, and compliance to provide a roadmap for improvement.
I'm going to let you know that you've already stopped 5 minutes, and then since it's 2, you already are in the middle of your...
Perfect.
Great. So just continue now? Okay, great. Our specific request for board action next month. We understand, first of all, that new board members need time to orient yourselves to these complex issues. We strongly encourage you to watch recordings of October, November, and December presentations that we made, which provide detailed data and context. However, one of our requests that can move forward immediately without cost, the Special Education Advisory Committee. We are formally requesting that this board bring forward a resolution in February to establish a special ed advisory committee. This committee would meet monthly with district administration, include teachers, service providers, administrators, and parents and community members. They would operate under Ohio's Open Meeting Act to ensure transparency, provide structured input on policies and resource allocation, and help bridge communication between the districts and families. Okay. This is not a radical request. It's standard practice in well-functioning districts. It creates a productive channel for concerns and solutions that families like ours are currently bringing to board meetings. A February resolution would be an act of good faith, cost nothing, and build trust. And if it's passed, It'll let generations from now look back on this as a watershed moment where we as a community said yes to our most vulnerable students.
Before we finish, we want to express gratitude for the steps already taken by the prior board and the members of the Finneytown District
Yes, thank
team.
you.
We know board service is challenging, especially when facing difficult decisions with limited resources. We are here as partners who want to help find solutions, not as adversaries. But we are here as parents of students who climb mountains every day to reach skills that others stroll right past. They deserve a district who pursues every dollar of funding, deploys resources strategically to support them, and creates structures for meaningful collaboration between families and school. We are committed to showing up month after month until we see change, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Hamlin.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Michael Hamill. I live down on Brent Drive. I'm a parent and a taxpayer here in the area, and I just want to start the evening off in a little different mode. And I thought I would do something just a little bit differently than I have in the past. We do have new board members to welcome, so I'd like to welcome you all on board. I wish you all the best. I look forward to hearing from you during the course of the next several years and work together with you in the next couple of years. We're kind of getting to the point where it's socially not acceptable to wish anybody a Happy New Year any longer, so I'm going to make this my last Happy New Year to everybody, because it's after 21st, 22nd, it gets a little old. So this is the last time, so I'm going to bow it out on you all. But Happy New Year to you all, and welcome to you. I hope starting tonight that bridges can be built and fences can be remended. And when the comment is made from anyone that we need to do this for the good of all, the good and well-being of all the students, that God will hear our pledge and work with us to bring that promise to fruition. Also, as you all meet in public for the first time tonight, let's pray that new blood will settle old grievances and all can work together focused on the best interest of our children and young adults. With this in mind, I wish to offer a prayer to start us off on this new adventure. Start with Romans 12:2, which states, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Lord, my heart is heavy with what is happening in some of the classrooms in our nation. There is an assault on our children, exposing them to ungodly materials, actions, and cultures. I come to you as a parent who wants to protect our children from ungodly school teachings. I know that the world can be confusing and difficult, especially for our children who are learning and growing in this very precious time. Lord, I ask you to protect our children from any harmful or ungodly teachings they might encounter in schools and everywhere. Shield their hearts and minds from the ideologies or philosophies which contradict your truth, your teachings. Expose those who plan to cause harm and remove them from all exposure to our children. Mark 9:42 states, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for them if they had a great millstone hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea." Give our children the discerning spirit so that they can identify the teachings that are not aligned with your word. Help them to remain steadfast in their faith, even when faced with challenges and opposition. Keep the lines of communication open with our children so they always feel comfortable sharing what they believe is inappropriate with us. Protect our children from peer pressure if peers try to convince our children that inappropriate content is normal and acceptable. I pray for our teachers and educators in our children's school that your wisdom and love may guide them. May they be positive role models for our children and instill in them values of kindness, respect, and compassion. Lord, I know I cannot control everything that our children are exposed to, but I trust in your unfailing protection and guidance. Thank you for always being with us and watching over us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. The other thing I would like to bring to your attention, don't have enough time to do it this evening, but I thought I would get the ball rolling, is a step forward in looking at different curriculums. Hillsdale College offers an incredible curriculum that is free. It's open to any public school, any charter school, and they have a Barney school that people can opt into and use free of charge. They will train people. They have an incredible foundation for the guidance that this country needs. And I think if we want to have our children grow up and be the best that they can be, this is probably one of the best curriculums that this country can point to. It's also wrapped in a copy of the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights, so that you know that when you took your faith, or you took your oath the other day and swore to uphold the Constitution, if you ever need to look it up, it will always be in your possession at all times. So I thank you for your time this evening. I welcome you, and can I pass this out now and just walk off stage? Would that be okay?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you again. I've been reading.
Thank you for everyone that did a public address. Moving to board coordination matters. Board members report. Anyone wants to start?
I can start.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be fairly short. So, I was not at last month's board meeting. There was a resolution about the sale of the Whitaker property on last month's board agenda, and that was approved. But I did just want to make sure that if anyone was looking at the resolution, that it references an exhibit, and I wanted to make sure that that exhibit is that also publicly available online? I guess they'd have to request it. So if you wanted to look at the exact agreement, you might have to send a records request in order to receive it. If I'd been there, I would have voted yes. I thought it was a great agreement, and it's the necessary agreement. What it does is it puts all our eggs in the township's basket. It's trusting the township to develop the product, or to develop the property in line with what the residents have already seen. Not some sort of, not something that they haven't seen. So just according to the plan that they've already seen and approved by the zoning board. And it has a minimum number of units, but not maximum. Just wanted to mention that as well. But I did want to know if we'd heard back, and if we don't have to share this with me now, if we don't share this later, but I would like to know if we do hear back from the township, if we hear any progress on that, or there's some additional steps that are necessary in this process. But I assume that as those steps come to us, we'll hear about that publicly. But I'm not sure there's anything. The asking question is sort of making a statement. So.
Yeah, those will be brought up to date as they come.
Okay, yeah, that was what I figured. So I wanted to express my hope that we see ground broken as soon as possible, and it's in accordance with what everyone wanted. Additionally, at our organizational meeting, I brought up and I asked, this is more just a statement because Anita already knows this, but I brought up the discussion of whether we should record special board meetings. And I think there was a general agreement among the board that we probably will not move forward with recording special meetings unless there's predetermined actions on the agenda that are going to have a lengthy discussion with the action taken by the board in those special board meetings. And I did just want to mention that I think Anita is going to work on what kind of language we need in order to negate that previous motion, and we'll probably have that at next month's board meeting. But that was the discussion that we did have at that meeting, and that the organizational meeting was not recorded, so you could go back and look at the minutes from that meeting, but I did want to mention that as well. Yeah, if there was any questions about that, you can definitely bring it to the next meeting and ask us in public address or approach one of us individually. But there probably will be something on the next board meeting's agenda related to that. We have to have that motion in order to cancel out that previous motion that was, even though it was a previous makeup of the board. And that is pretty much all that I have.
Okay, I'll go next.
Thank you.
Because I'm next in line. Secondary PTA, they have a meeting next week, so I'll be going to that. However, they did have an after-prom meeting on the 13th. It was very well attended, so I was happy to see that. But if you've ever been involved in after-prom, it takes a lot of people. So more people are needed there. You can email afterpromfinneytown@gmail.com to get involved. After-prom is on the 18th, with preparations beginning the 17th and cleanup on the 19th. The committee chairpersons are Sarah Price and Christina Lorton. There was a lot of discussion about the layout because it's not going to look the same as previous years with construction. They're selling Krispy Kreme donuts on February 6th at the high school basketball game, and then the next day here, not here, at the elementary for their FAA basketball. So if you don't want to drive forever to get Krispy Kremes, you can get them right here in Finneytown on February 6th and 7th. There's a Dine to Donate for after prom on Monday, January 26th from 5 to 8. Buffalo Wings and Rings, 10% we'll get back from them. So you don't have to cook that night. Add that to your calendar. Something I noticed with high school, which I think is great, the juniors are taking the ACT on February 25th. I'm sure they think that's great. But what I think is great is that we're offering free test prep, and I think that's a new thing, and that's fantastic. So I think that's great. So thank you for doing that. Finneytown Athletic Association, they had a meeting the day before I was sworn in, so I actually didn't go to that, but I have talked to Chris Stat. They will have a meeting next month. There was a youth basketball camp in November that was really well attended, headed up by the head coach of the basketball team, Brandon Robinson. I think he's class of '09. So I think it was great to see that went well. Youth baseball, soccer, and volleyball signups are underway. Check out their webpage or Facebook. They're trying to reintroduce softball. They might be able to add a team this spring, but they're probably a year out from reviving it. But in order to revive it, they need people to help out. So if that's something you want, get involved. They also talked about, I've heard that they need more people on the administrative board level at the Finneytown Athletics Association. And I think that this is something that is an issue with every support organization. I can speak from experience with boosters, FMPA, secondary PTA, elementary PTA. They need more people to step into leadership positions. So that way we can keep these great organizations running. And finally, I did go to the Springfield Township trustee meeting. It was very exciting because it was the first meeting with our three all-female trustees. Sarah Braun's been there for a couple years, and the new trustees are, and I hope I say her name right, Soraya Lattimore and Lisa Youngblood. Those meetings are the second Tuesday of each month at 5:30 in the office rooms next to the fire station. The police department, in fact, there's an Instagram post about it today, super exciting. They have a new community engagement officer appointed for the township. Her name is Jamie Brooks. Primary focus will be relationship building, promoting community-oriented policing through public outreach and crime prevention. Lots of great programs and classes through Arts Connect, so check those out. Music, art, woodworking, what have you. And I have a question for you guys. How many tons of salt do you think Springfield Township has used already this year? And if you already know the answer, you can't answer.
I heard the answer at some point, forgot.
Well, they don't use salt, do they? Don't they use the brine stuff?
They use both. Just any
I
guesses?
thought maybe it was a trick.
Throw a number out.
I don't know, 10?
10? Okay.
I have no clue. Thousands.
1,700.
Whoa.
to the tune of $150,000. So that's what we've used already,
Pounds or
so.
tons?
Huh?
Pounds?
Tons.
Tons.
Yeah,
So a ton is 2,000?
Yeah, tons.
Okay.
yeah,
Salt truck can
yeah.
carry
It
two.
kind of, everybody was like, whoa, what? So, anyway, I just thought that was interesting. That's the end of my report.
Last one was shocking, thank you.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
The only thing I have to report on, since it's been a week since we were sworn in, is the FAN is meeting next week, and I cannot attend that, so you're going to cover that one for me.
Yes, sir.
I had a previous engagement for that.
That's fine. I got you.
Cool, I have nothing else.
Okay.
I met with FMPA the night I was sworn in, where they appointed a new treasurer to replace me. Jen Ortiz has graciously agreed to take on that position. So we are working on making sure I have no access to those funds, for transparency's sake.
Right.
And I'll be helping train her in that role. And then I also met with the elementary PTA for the first time, lovely group of individuals. We talked about, they're gonna help underwrite some children's theater enrichment programming coming to the elementary campus, and that's just for K through 2. So they're also going to provide some funding to help the other grades as well, in order to be equitable. Conferences are coming up, and we talked about carnival prep and getting sponsors for that, and that's April 11th. Yes, that is all for my report for today.
Okay.
Can I add something real quick
Yeah.
before I forget? You jogged my memory. I'm still the president of the Boosters, but I am now off of all of the banking stuff. So that's off my shoulders. I don't have to do that anymore.
Well, around the horn that I know of too, I know the theater's working hard for Into the Woods right now. Also for the FMPA, that Winter Guard, they're actually practicing hard for their season when they start as well. Also, since the carnival was mentioned, the FMPA's big mattress sale is actually also on the 11th, so they're going to piggyback on that. So if you need a mattress, hold on, just wait a few months. The FMPA can help you out, and then you can help the FMPA along the way. That was already talked about. As Mr. Engelman said, the alumni meeting is actually next week, but if you are interested in coming, you're more than welcome to it. Like every sport organization, many hands make light work. And if you're interested in more information what the alumni is doing, because we do have a alumni basketball game coming soon, hold on. And that will be actually the 23rd, which is in a few days, Friday. So if you are interested in attending the basketball game, and if you're interested in want to know more about what the alumni is doing, FinneytownAlumni.org. And also don't forget on the 17th of February is Black History Celebration. So have that, please mark your calendars, and let's have a good time at the elementary school there. After problems already mentioned, and also a few other things. As Maggie said, the boosters are in need. We'll have a few more games left in concessions, and like I said before, many hands make light work. The concession stand is not that big, but we still need help running that. So if you are available during a basketball, you can get in for free, I guess, and then help sell some hot dogs and pizzas.
And you get a free snack, and a free drink, and a free ticket to the next home game.
There you go. Why say no to that?
I know.
And get a chance to see some your neighbors that you don't see at Kroger. But don't forget, also senior night is going to be on the 6th at the basketball, and on the 15th, which is a Sunday, that's wrestling's senior night. With wrestling, I also want to add that congratulations to Brady Voles, who actually broke a school record of 124 wins. So wrestling is doing a great job, or Brady Voles and wrestling is doing a great job with that as well. I also want to congratulate, where'd it go? Too many papers, I'm sorry, I'll try better. I want to congratulate Nolan Fickey, Sarah Roach, and Mashana Tinsley for the 2026 Regional Scholastic Art Awards presented by the Art Academy. So congratulations to those 3 students, and thank you for those teachers that do give them the guidance that our students are getting. Other things that are happening around, and parent-teacher conferences was also mentioned. That's on the 12th and the 19th. So parents, get ready for your parent-teacher conferences, and they're the following day as well. And PTA will need your help taking care of our teachers who are taking care of us. So please help donate, reach out to the PTA and donate to the dinners that the PTA provides.
They got to eat and they need their Diet Coke.
They do need their Diet Coke.
So as a teacher, it makes all the difference when you have that caffeine
Yeah.
during conferences. So.
Okay. And that ends my report. I also requested to add a review and agreement of the Board of Ethics. If you all don't mind going to your binders for a second, on tab 2 is a copy of the of our policy 0123. I've had some recent conversations. I've listened to, heard, and been a part of. Mamie has been suggested, and Mamie actually agreed that we probably should go review this policy just one more time before we start the school year to make sure we go, as a board, we are in the right frame of mind and we are knowing and following the responsibilities that are laid upon us. By reviewing, we're reminding ourselves that the responsibilities that we pledged our community, our educators, and our students. If you could review it, please. So I'm going to take a bit. Apologize to you guys in the audience and on YouTube. So we're just going to take a hot second just to go through it yourselves. And then if you could just sign the last page. And so I'm going to give a couple minutes and then have a little.
Do you want to read it out loud?
Well, we can read out loud too. So I'm going to start off with letter A. The first thing is, remember that my first and greatest concern must be the educational welfare of all students attending the public schools. Maggie, do you want to do B and C?
Sure. Obey the laws of Ohio and the United States. That was B. C, respect the confidentiality of privileged information.
So basically, when we combine those two, we definitely have to follow the sunshine laws. By letter A, mainly, and that's the main reason why letter A is first, we have to make sure that we are focused for student achievement first. Any decisions we made with the benefit of these students, directly or indirectly. Does anyone want to do D?
I will.
Okay.
Recognize that as an individual board member, I have no authority to speak or act for the board.
I just want to keep going down the road.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, E, work with other members to establish an effective board policy.
Delegate authority to the administration of the schools, to the superintendent and staff.
G, encourage ongoing communications among board members, the board, students, staff, and the community.
H, render all decisions based on the available facts and my independent judgment, rather than succumbing to the influence of all individuals or special interest groups.
Make every effort to attend all board meetings.
J, become informed concerning the issues to be considered at each meeting.
K, improve my boardmanship by studying educational issues and by participating in in-service programs.
L, support the employment of staff members based on qualifications and not as a result of influence.
M, cooperate with other board members and administrators to establish a system of regular and impartial evaluations of all staff.
N, avoid conflicts of interest or the appearance thereof.
O, refrain from using my board position to benefit myself, family members, or business associates.
P, express my personal opinions, but once the board has acted, accept the will of the board. All right, so those are the main things that we need to Those are the main things we need to do. We can, didn't take much time. If we can go to the additional, Board Education believes that each member should agree to work cooperatively and effectively with others and conform his or her behavior to the following code of conduct by collectively and individually agreeing to, Maggie?
Abide by the Code of Ethics promulgated by the Ohio School Boards Association.
B, act as an advocate for the schools and for children.
C, set high expectations for the work of the board.
Item D, keep the board's primary focus on the best interests of students.
E, strive sincerely to build better relationship with one another and the superintendent.
Set clear goals for the superintendent.
G, support the superintendent and help him to be as effective as possible.
H, prepare carefully before each meeting so that when each board member has the floor, she or he can make comments that are concise, organized, and clear.
Item I, vote his or her individual convictions based on the available facts and his or her independent judgment, and refrain from surrendering his or her judgment to particular individuals or groups.
J, devote sufficient time, thought, and study to proposed actions.
Okay, become well-versed in parliamentary,
Yeah.
thank you,
I'm
procedure.
L, listen carefully and with courtesy when other people have the floor and are speaking during board meetings.
M, refuse to become involved with micromanagement.
Item N, emphasizing planning, policymaking, and public relations rather than becoming involved in management of the schools.
O, establish clear goals for the district and ensure that the community is aware of these goals.
P, keep abreast of current educational issues within the district, throughout the state, and across the nation.
Q, establish fair and equitable terms and conditions of employment and evaluation of all staff. And
R, select sound instructional strategies and materials and submit them to regular and impartial evaluations.
Now, by signing the bottom, we are showing our fellow board members, the people in the audience, and everyone in YouTube land that we are committed. We are committed by putting student achievement first. We are committed to work together and work with our superintendent and treasurer so that our students flourish after they graduate. We are committed also to follow the Ohio ethics and sunshine laws so that we're not sued and the district also can have our funds towards students. We are committed to our community by attending and supporting our students-focused organizations and programs. And we are committed by being, like our students, avid learners to better ourselves as board members. Now, also as avid learners, I also gave you an article that Mr. Smith was nice to find to help us understand as we're moving forward, as we are focused on the strategic plan. As we read this article, will help us understand the strategic plan and use it as the tool as we update and maintain it. With that said, any other items for board coordination matters? Okay. Moving on to item number 8. Financial matters.
I'd like to make a motion to consider item 8 of financial matters.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, or? Okay, sorry.
All right. All right, for the month of December, total revenues were $643,438. Year-to-date, the revenue has been $11,191,731. For expenditures for the month of December, $1,615,383. Year-to-date, $9,541,466. The cash, as it relates to the cash balance, for this month, our expenditures exceeded the revenues by $971,945. However, year-to-date, our revenues exceed expenditures by $1,648,265. And there are more details on the pages that follow. For the bond commitment, so far, we have expended $33,745,762 and have cash available of $29,685,427. For December, we have spent $1,769,303. All right, I guess I got this out of order. So now we're going to go back to our depository balances and investment balances as of December 31. For our U.S. Bank, $197,551. Star Ohio Construction Number 1 is $4,562,730. Star Ohio, $24,978,097. Star Ohio Construction Number 2, $3,338,338, and Star Ohio OFCC State Share, $1,872,103. For the interest that's been earned on our depository and investment accounts, for the general fund, we've earned $86,671,000. You will notice that this number is declining, and that's because interest rates have been cut a little bit. Construction fund, $26,749. Classroom facilities fund, $11,692. And that is my report. I guess I'm also going to ask for a roll call. Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mr. Reeb?
Yes.
Mr. Plout?
Yes.
Mr. Engelmann?
Yes.
Ms. Katzenero? Close, getting there. Motion.
Okay. For the superintendent recommendations, can I have a motion?
So moved. Oh.
Okay,
I'll second.
Okay.
all right. Mr. Smith?
Thank you. First and foremost, I'd like to say that whenever there are resignations, I've never really seen a district leadership team move so expeditiously to try to get that fielding covered so the children can have the services that they deserve. It's difficult, but they managed to get it done, and so some of these will be acknowledged tonight. There is an acknowledgement of resignations, but there is an approval of contracts 1 year limited, and that is for an intervention specialist. There's an approval of contract 1 year limited classified for a special ed aide. Letter D is approval of contracts 1 year limited classified for another special ed aide, and approval of contracts 1 year limited classified for a health aide. And then letter F, approval of contract athletic supplementals for 25-26, adoption of school calendar for 26-27, and my hat goes off to the calendar committee for working so hard to make it 2 years so that the district could actually know how they're moving and what direction they're moving in. Some districts will do one, but I think it tells a lot about the system when you're doing it for 26-27 as well as 27-28. And then letter I, adoption of resolution, payment in lieu of transportation. And the one that I really would like to read out, anytime there's a cash donation from anyone from the community, I think it's important for people to acknowledge it. So there's a cash donation of letter J, acceptance of donation of $200 to the Finneytown High School Art Department from Conover Dental, and that's 9312 Winton Road. And then a cash donation of $700 to the Finneytown Local School District from J. Ernest and Sharon Doring from 8788 Woodview Drive. And Anybody else who wants to give donations, I will kindly read them every month.
Any questions or discussion regarding the superintendent's report?
Well, I was just going to add to that, I go to Conover, and not only, obviously, they gave us the donation, you just said that, but their hallways are lined with art
Fantastic.
from local students.
Fantastic.
So it's really cool.
Fantastic.
Two quick comments about the calendar.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate return to a normal calendar with normal breaks and no strange fall break. As a parent, it was rough as a parent of kindergartners, so I appreciate that. So I like, the teacher part of me likes the idea, the parent part of me doesn't like that idea so much. So I appreciate the return to that. I did want to say, I noticed school calendars are starting to start pretty early in August. Does there become a point when we drop back a week or jog forward? Because it's like back when I was in school, you know, we started a little, first day for students was a little bit later. I don't know, does it, it's like every 6 years we jump back a
Well,
week?
with these beautiful air-conditioned buildings, I mean, we can go year-round if we wanted to. I mean, that might be a conversation at some point.
You don't have to answer the question.
Okay.
So,
I thought I answered it. No, I'm kidding.
it's a reasonable time to start school. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
sir. Yes, sir.
I seem to recall starting school on like October 24th when I was in kindergarten. So things have changed.
October 24th.
August 24th. Not
Whoa,
October.
okay.
Okay. But
Yes,
no,
sir.
I appreciate the calendar in advance. It's great.
Well, it really gives parents a chance to plan. I mean, knowing what vacations look like a year in advance, you know, we have to respect that a lot of our parents are planners, and they want to know exactly when should their kids be in school and when shouldn't they be. So,
Any further discussion? Mr. Ruffin, can we have a?
Mr. Reed? Is that a yes?
Yes or no?
What?
On the consent calendar, or actually,
No, I don't have any further discussion. Oh, is this a roll call vote?
yes, roll call.
Yes, I missed that.
Mr. Plow?
Yes.
Mr. Engelmann?
Yes.
Ms. Catanzaro?
Yes.
Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Okay. Now that approved. Moving on to item 10. The, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
This transition agreement addendum is the final, the agreement that has been made between Dr. Banks and the school district on the final transition of Dr. Banks with Finneytown. Any questions or
I
discussions?
just have one thing to say.
Yeah.
So we voted on the initial transition agreement in July. I said during that agreement that the agreement itself limits what board members can say. So if you were to ask me a question about this, I'm limited in what I could even answer about this and the previous agreement to what is in the agreement. So if you have questions, I would refer you to that agreement. I did say before that I did not support that agreement. I voted no. I had some financial concerns. But I do approve of this agreement. So I will be supporting this addendum, given that previous agreement was already passed.
Any other further discussions? Okay. Can we have a roll call?
Mr. Plow?
Yes.
Mr. Engelmann?
Yes.
Ms. Catanzaro?
Yes.
Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
All right, moving on to item 11, discussion over the job description for SPED Director. Can I have a motion?
You don't need
Oh,
it.
no, okay, cool.
Okay. The special ed director's position is so vital, and I think that it's going to be important that I'm taking a playbook from our board president who read all of the ethics pieces, even though he had you guys read them one at a time. I'm going to consume all of these alone. I think I can get through it. But the first thing is the job purpose: to develop, coordinate, and supervise the district's special education program to ensure that strategies and services are in place to meet individual learners' academic health, communication, social, emotional behavior needs. And before I move forward, I would like to thank the building administrators, the assistant student services directors, anybody who played a part in helping develop this, as well as this one was also vetted by our attorneys, because we need to put people in place that can make sure that we are avoiding, costly lawsuits and issues that come about. I'm sure the Heralds will appreciate the list because the list is very extensive and it really would cover everything that you've been asking for. So the performance responsibilities provide information and staff development to school personnel regarding state and federal laws and regulations and other relevant topics essential for the delivery of special education and related services to students with disabilities. Supervise the ongoing implementation of due process procedural safeguards for evaluation, identification, IEP development, placement, and periodic review of programming for students with disabilities. 3, lead the monitoring of special education evaluations and IEPs with attention to both legal, compliance, and student outcomes. Ensure timelines are met, procedures are followed, and that services are implemented with quality. Ensure that services are provided in the least restrictive educational environment. 4, collaborate with public, non-public, and private schools, agencies, organizations, and professional personnel in securing and providing services for students with disabilities. Act as the district lead in collaboration with preschool staff and administrators for the evaluation, identification, IEP development, placement, and periodic review of programming for preschool children with disabilities. 6, coordinate child find activities. 7, demonstrates required mobility, agility, and dexterity to work with students, ability to move, lift, pull, or push objects. 8, ensure compliance with and provide district-level oversight of the evaluation and identification of non-public students attending schools within district boundaries. 9, act as the district liaison for students with disabilities placed in programs outside the district. 10, serve as a member of the building IEP teams as requested by building administrators. 11, lead and support building administrators in the implementation of appropriate disciplinary procedures for students with disabilities. 12, attend expulsion hearings for students with disabilities as requested by the superintendent or the superintendent's designee. Serve as the records officer for special education compliance, including maintenance of records related to corrective action plans, OEC complaints, and other state or federal compliance matters. 14, implement protocols to safeguard student information shared with staff and/or external organizations and individuals. 15, provide district-level leadership for special education staffing, collaborating with district and building-level administrators to ensure appropriate programs and services. 16, provide direct supervision and evaluation of special education aides assigned to students who attend programs outside the district. Serve as district coordinator for Ohio Department of Education and Workforce, Peterson, and Autism Scholarship Programs. Establish priorities and develop a general fund budget for special education programming. 19, review and authorize purchase orders for special education programming. 20, collaborate with the EMIS coordinator to ensure timely and accurate data reporting. 21, in collaboration with the EMIS coordinator, special audits and ensure district compliance with Medicaid requirements related to special education program and billing. 22, provide formal orientation for new staff members regarding special education programming. 23, adhere to the licensure code of conduct of Ohio educators, board policies, and all applicable state and federal laws. Track and remain informed about updated standards and guidelines regarding special education on the state and federal law. Report suspected child abuse and/or neglected pursuant to state law. Adhere to district attendance and punctuality standards. Perform other duties as assigned by the superintendent or the superintendent's designee. I know you guys remembered every one of those that I read, and I appreciate it, but the work is such an integral part of who we are and what we do, that I thought it was important that people know what we're looking for. So I know that Mr. Anderson is filming this, as I speak, and this may give us an opportunity to let people know that we're very, very serious about our search, and we're committed to the work, especially serving students with special needs. That's it.
Questions or discussion?
If I could ask when we can expect the job to be, well, I guess do we have to discuss it as a board before it's posted? I mean, you can create the position and then we approve it afterward, right? I mean.
Well, there are two pieces, and I think you asked a very integral part of one. Number one, we're posting it now because we want to make sure we have the right person. All right, we're not just picking the person that comes through. There will be a very, very extensive interview team, and the other part that makes it very compelling is I would be reluctant to take someone who's available right now, because I would wonder, why are you available if you are that good with the services that we need? So we're posting now when we're hoping that we can start the interview process early spring in order to have a spare director on board when school opens in the fall.
Is there a plan to have any parents involved in the interview process?
Absolutely. That's a must.
Most of these responsibilities have been under the job descriptions of other administrators, and maybe even some of our school psychs or others. And so we're taking a little bit off of all their plates.
Yes,
and putting
sir.
it all into a centralized, is that kind of?
And there have been so many people that have been willing to pitch in to help serve, to make it work. But I think it needs to have a level of continuity where it's coming from one voice and one person, where they can actually make sure that we're doing it with fidelity.
And this would be an administrative position, not a teaching position?
It is definitely not a teaching position.
It should be an administrative
Yes,
position?
sir. Yes, sir. Because this person supervises teachers as well.
Any other questions for discussion? All right. Well, we're not voting on it today, so moving on to number 12, which is announcements. The next regular meeting for the Faytown Board of Education will take place on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, right here at Brent Board Office Meeting Room at 8791 Brent Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45231. And open forum will begin at 6 p.m. I want to thank everyone for coming, and those who are on the YouTubes, again, thank you for watching. And I also now move to, do we have a motion for going to executive session?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. No. Oh, roll call. My bad. I'm sorry.
All right, no worries. Get this right.
We will. I will.
Mr. Ingman?
Yes.
Ms. Catanzaro?
Yes.
I'm practicing in my head. Ms. Laird?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Poe?
Yes.
Okay, we're in.
All right, we're in executive session, right, Mr. Pond?
Yes.
I needed to say we're in.
We're in executive session. Okay.